Oh, and in just a few days' time, the UK will have a new Prime Minister. Or it could have the same one, but more likely, it'll have a new Prime Minister. And this has been a bumper week in the election campaign with lots of controversy. Let's go. Monday saw Keir Starmer and Rishi Sunak taking part in a live webcast organised by the Scum newspaper, in which they took questions from the readers. Sunak obviously got out all his lines about Labour raising taxes, security, etc. And he also talked about how angry he was about the betting scandal that had been enveloping the Conservative Party. He was so furious, it took him 4 days before he took any action over it. Keir Starmer was obviously going into a hostile environment, and he did okay. He had to go over his previous support for Jeremy Corbyn and talk about his immigration policies. But overall, he did okay. Tuesday, the news cycle was dominated by actor David Tennant, who had accepted an Ally Award at the LGBTQ Awards. In his acceptance speech, he referenced Equalities Minister Kemi Badenoch and said he wished she would shut up and didn't exist anymore. Now, even though David Tennant made no reference to Kemi Badenoch's race or gender in his speech, Kemi Badenoch decided that it was an attack on her as a black woman because she hates identity politics except for when it suits her. For what it's worth, what I think Tennant was referencing was one, his desire for Badenoch to be out of office, but two, also her promotion of an ideology that denies trans people's existence. Wednesday was the big day. It was Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer in their last head-to-head debate before the election. Sunak came out like a man who knew this was his last chance, and he was determined to get his points across, constantly talking over Keir Starmer. In many ways, it's lucky for Sunak that it was Keir Starmer he was facing, because Starmer is a gentleman. If he had tried it with Angela Rayner, I don't think it would have gone so well for him. But overall, Sunak probably came out the happier of the two. On Thursday, it all kicked off. You see, Channel 4 done an undercover report when they went out canvassing with Reform. And what they found was Reform attracts some not very good people. What they found out while canvassing were instances of racism, including towards Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, Islamophobia, and homophobia from both campaigners and candidates. Rishi Sunak came out to respond, telling of the hurt it had caused to him, but in particular to his two young daughters. He even went as far as to repeat the P word that had been used, because he felt it was so important to do so. So, did unelected leader of Reform Nigel Farage take the high road and offer his apologies to the Prime Minister? No. he was straight on to Loose Women to claim conspiracy. He claimed, without evidence, that Channel 4 had hired an actor to be in their report. He also downplayed the actions of the other people featured in the video as just being pub talk. Because you know how it is. You have a few drinks, you just become a homophobic racist. Then Friday night, it was over to the Beeb for a question time special. The Green Party were there to lay out their plans, but let's be honest, nobody was tuning in for them. Because unelected leader of Reform, Nigel Farage, was also on, and he was answering questions about just why it is that his party attracts so many racists. He repeated his claim about conspiracy by Channel 4, but even if we accept that one as true, it doesn't explain all the others that have come out in recent weeks of Reform candidates using racist rhetoric. Nigel said it was nothing to do with him. After all, he's only the chairman, and he can't be responsible for it. And anyway, it was just a situation he inherited. Basically, it's everybody else's fault but his. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. The Liberal Democrats' UK fun tour continued this week as Ed Davey done some archery. Amazingly, some polls say that the Liberal Democrats could become the official opposition this week. So those are the main events from this week. In a few days' time, July the 4th, we will have a new Prime Minister in all likelihood. I will be back to do an election review. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. Help an angel get its wings by hitting the notification bell. And if there's someone you don't like, maybe you could share this video with them. Until next time.